downpour. Living here comes with unique weather challenges, but if you can avoid this, that's a good thing. I know our area, and that's how I can use the Kiro 7 Pinpoint Storm Tracker to deliver a forecast that's timed out for your location. Pierce County, Tacoma, Spanaway, you will see the rain first. I'll make sure you're weather ready. Kiro 7 Pinpoint Weather. Watch, stream, download.
I'm Nika Kazori, and I'm the real-time traffic reporter for Kiro 7 News in the Morning. As soon as I see an issue out there, I want to let you guys know about it ASAP. I like to zoom into that area. I show the backups. I can show y'all alternate routes and different ways that you can avoid that big mess. I'm also helping you prepare by predicting traffic trouble for the rest of your day. Bad traffic and congestion is not the best way to start your day, but I'm not here to bring you the bad news. I want to help you find solutions around it.
When I see the system failing you, that gets me concerned. You shouldn't be kept in the dark because you have a right to know what's going on. Whenever I get pushback, that's when I know I need to dig deeper. I dig and ask the hard questions to shine a light on what's really happening. At the end of the day, it's my job to give you all of the information so you can decide for yourself. That's why I do this, and that's why Kiro 7 investigates.
If you hadn't covered it, they might still not be listening.
It's really important to see the entire
plumbing, heating, air, and electric.
If you live in South King County, there's a new effort to reduce air pollution there, and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport will be the center of those conversations later today. Here's a live look at the airport this morning. State Senator Karen Kaiser and State Representative Tina Orwell plan to introduce a new bill in Olympia. It would require the Port of Seattle to use a portion of levy funding to reduce noise and pollution around the airport. Now, this stems from a 2019 study that shows minorities who live within 10 miles of the airport have greater risks of medical issues like premature birth, asthma, heart disease, and more. And you may remember a few weeks ago, we told you about another air pollution study by the Department of Ecology. South King County was one of the 16 worst spots in the state. The department says the air pollution cut life expectancy by 2 years compared to other communities in the state. The state identified several chemicals in the air that are contributing to this. Some big sources are wildfires, motor vehicles, and facilities like paper mills, power plants, and oil refineries.
Also in Olympia, a handful of local lawmakers is trying to increase the penalties for blocking highways. This comes right after the group of anti-war protesters took over a section of I-5. You might remember this a couple of weeks ago. The demonstration shut down northbound lanes for several hours, closing them down to traffic through Seattle. Right now, punishments could go as high as a felony and thousands of dollars in fines. The Washington State Patrol released a review about how it handled the situation. You can see that on Kiro7.com. Now, lawmakers in Olympia will also hear testimony this week over possible new gun restrictions. There are 5 bills under consideration. They include requiring permits to purchase guns, restricting bulk buying, requiring lost gun reporting, new dealer responsibilities, and giving troopers the ability to destroy confiscated guns. Last year, lawmakers passed a big assault weapon ban. The hearings are scheduled for tomorrow. 617, the death of Manuel Ellis is now under independent review by the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Now, this comes just weeks after 3 Tacoma police officers were acquitted in the controversial deadly 2020 confrontation. This federal review is not looking at new evidence in the case, but prosecutors are looking at whether there were any violations of federal criminal statutes and if the Justice Department will need to take any appropriate actions. Members of the Ellis family told us they want to see the DOJ place the city of Tacoma under a consent decree.
There's no indication thus far that the city of Tacoma has any desire or will or intestinal fortitude to actually fire these officers.
We reached out to the attorneys for all 3 Tacoma police officers in this case. We'll let you know when we hear back. And meanwhile, in King County, we're learning more details on the Riverton Park Church encampment in Tukwila. The city says they funded hotel rooms for 50 people to move into. This comes after a pipe burst at the last hotel they were staying in. The The church has been hosting hundreds of asylum seekers.
6:18, checking in now with meteorologist Nick Allard. If you are heading out and expecting it to be warm, it is not warm yet, but it does look like it's improving a little bit.
Well, okay, so I'll give you an example.
Okay.
If you look at Bremerton, this time yesterday it was 13. Today it's 25.
Okay.
Is that good?
It is good.
It's good.
That's good.
That's a good trend.
It's just
Keep going.
it's not gooderingly enough.
That is correct.
Goodishly.
That's the right word.
But you get the idea. We're warming up. It's just we're not good enough yet. We want to get a little bit warmer. You're 10 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago in Tacoma, which if you look right now is at 28, although that's closer to the Narrows. 10 minutes ago, I showed you a lot of Pierce County from Spanaway at 15 to Federal Way at 21 to another sensor around JBLM at 22. You're 24 in Seattle, 26 in Everett, and 17 in Bellingham. And the wind is there. Most of us are going to feel wind, say, 10 to 15, 10 to 20 miles per hour today. It does make it feel like it's 10 right now in Seattle, about the same in Bellingham. And if you look ahead, this is 7 o'clock this evening. You just see a little bit of cloud cover. So during the day, it's really just sunshine again. But tomorrow morning, you're going to see some cloud cover. At lunchtime, you're still dry. So tomorrow morning is cold again, but you get some clouds on top of that. And then say around 5, we start to see some moisture. And because of the temperature profile as this system pushes through, we're probably starting as at least some snow, some wet snow. And to tell you the truth, there could easily be, after 5 o'clock tomorrow, a quick couple of inches around Olympia, Tacoma, and just in general, some slushy accumulation. After that, we start to moderate the air a little bit. So then we go maybe like snow, wet snow, sleet. And then, unfortunately, there could be some pockets of freezing rain as we just find some spots at the surface that are below freezing, even as we're seeing rain. And then overnight, we see a lot of snow in Whatcom County. And while the rest of us will all turn to rain, if not late Tuesday night into very, very early Wednesday morning, there is some potential that Whatcom County could stay snow through Wednesday, possibly even into Thursday. So that would mean some heavy snowfall. And it will also be heavy, upwards of 1.5 to 2 feet plus, in the Cascade Passes. So tomorrow night into Wednesday, really tricky to travel. And we're going to make that a pinpoint alert day for tomorrow and early Wednesday for the reasons I just mentioned. Even as most of us do turn to rain and really moderate, Kevin, there will still be some annoying spots that could see that wintry mix into early on Wednesday.
This is annoying. Yes, that is the perfect word for that. Also, perfect conditions right now for a lot of our interstates, our highways, all of that. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. All the kiddos have school off today, right? I just want to show you a little bit of congestion later on in the south town, but I-5 northbound, the on-ramp from Mercer Street, there was a collision still blocking the left lane there. Also, I've been noticing quite a bit of congestion on the SR99 tunnel. Folks, it's a holiday. Today's the type of day, just take I-5, save some money. Watch that, I'm sorry, but I think that is key for anyone who's just trying to not only save time, but some money too. We're going to talk about our passes coming up later in the show, but I just want to go to Auburn. This is the only real location where I've been noticing any type of serious congestion, but most of this is limited to city limits. Again, we'll talk about our passes, and I'll show you your drive times coming up in just a few minutes. But if you got to head out the door, download that Kiro 7 News app. You can get the real-time traffic conditions as you head out the door.
Thanks, Kevin. It's 6:22, and coming up, a family tragedy on our roadways this past weekend. 5 people died in this fiery crash on Highway 512. The details on what caused it.
Did you know that your trees can get frostbite? When temperatures drop below freezing, your trees may have been damaged. Coming up at 6:45, Kevin Coe has what you need to look for to make sure your tree isn't at risk of.
Need results? 2 words. Jesse Jones.
All right, here we go.
No problem can hide.
I was just about to throw it away, but I called you instead.